It's another beautiful Friday from the city of Lagos, Southwest Nigeria. Welcome to Barakah Sahur. My name is Jibril. Follow me for join us for the very first time. This is the show where we teach Islam in the simplest of all languages. This is a show where we spread salam, and this is a show where we ensure that man is in a state of peace with his creator and with his fellow creatures. So sit back, relax, and let's go on this journey together. I call it a journey because it's a journey that leads to salvation. Barakah Sahur comes your way every day in the month of Ramadan, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. We bring you various segments, inshallah, to keep you company all through your Sahur. Okay, it's time for us to join my mashallah sisters. You know what I call that? Ajabal Keys and Miriam Square, like I normally call them. Before I introduce what they're discussing today, let me say a big thank you to some people who have been sponsoring this segment. They've been sending in quite their donations to support the show. May Allah reward you abundantly. You are anonymous, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows you better than any other person. And may Allah reward you abundantly. Allahumma ameen. And today, inshallah, the sisters are discussing something very important. It's called jealousy. Did I hear men saying they don't get jealous? Or is it that it's only meant for the women? The sisters, they have this discussion to give us this morning. Jealousy, over to you, my dear sisters. This segment is called Tea at Sahur, and I'll be right back.
Jealousy is what we're discussing today. You're welcome to today's episode of Tea at Sahur with Balkis, Mariam Dauda, Mariam Sulaiman Dauda, and Mariam Salvan. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, jealousy. It's a big topic, particularly amongst women. It's a huge one. When you talk about jealousy, you're talking about envy as well. You're talking about how it affects children, how it affects your work, your home, and how it eventually, in some cases, costs you happiness as a woman when you let it eat in too deep.
Because this topic is so, I find it difficult to wrap my head around why people get jealous of other people, because jealousy now is far different from the envy you mentioned. When you are jealous of something, it means
of someone,
you don't want that person to progress. It means that thing where you're jealous of is something good that you don't want the other person that is enjoying it to get.
Yes, you feel entitled to that thing. Remember the story of Shaitan in the Quran when Allah
said I was made from
said,
fire and he was made from clay.
And when Allah when he created Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, and he said, even before he created him, when he first mentioned it to the angels, that he wants to create a vicegerent, a human. And, Shaitan already heard him. And everyone was like, why do you, even the angels are asking Allah, everything is there in Surah Al-Baqarah, why do you want to create somebody that will get down there to create
and
mischief?
shed blood.
And when Allah created Adam, Allah now taught him, like Asma'u, Kullahu.
Names of
He
all
taught him
the
all
things,
the names
all
of
things.
everything. And in the process, Allah now said, you see that he knows all of these things, because he told Adam to relate all the names to the angels. The angels were in mashallah, Akbar. Then Allah now said everyone should bow down. And Shaitan refused. What do you think caused that? It wasn't just envy. That was jealousy. It now grew into the evil aspect of envy. Now, when he started seeing that Adam had more and more attention from Allah, enough that he now went ahead to poison his mind, and then make them eat from the forbidden tree, the forbidden fruit. And all of these things, these are the consequences, the effects, when it stays too long in you. But there is a difference, of course. It might be a thin line. You might not get to know this early enough, but there is a difference between jealousy and envy. Because that jealousy, it is more specific. You want that thing, you feel more entitled to it. Envy could just be maybe about the evil eye, for instance. And it could be even a positive one, where the one that, the Prophet ﷺ said that we should look more at people in
Who are
terms
doing
of,
better than we are in the dance.
yes. So that way you are envious of your brother who is praying.
When you see something in someone that you like, instead of
Positive thing.
having whatever it is,
Just say
instead of
mashallah.
just having the thoughts that this person may enjoy.
Why would this person have?
Mashallah.
Yes.
Mashallah, or barakallahu fi.
Barakallahu
Mashallah, or
fi.
is barakallahu fi.
For
Yes.
the person that has that bounty that you feel, maybe it should be me, or so don't just think about these things and just leave it like that.
Yes, because if you don't know.
Most times the evil eye, you don't even know when you cast it.
Jeez. Yes.
People who have it don't even know they have it.
Yes, that is why you should pray.
Even though some have it consciously, some consciously look at that thing and wish bad upon that thing. But that is not jealousy. Of course, that is envy, the evil one. And these are the ones that the Prophet ﷺ told us to be specifically watchful of.
My question is,
And why do we have this whole entire surah, Surah Al-Falaq, dedicated to, at the end of the Surah Al-Falaq, وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ. Because it is great, especially envy, the evil one. But if it is something positive that we're looking at, like you are envious of your brother doing great deeds, tell him, mashallah. You don't even have to tell him. Just pray for him. Allah should keep making it easy for him, and then Allah should make it easy for you to be able to do also. But jealousy, oh my God, if we are not careful, jealousy eats deep holes in our heart and makes us into bitter human beings.
In homes, mostly in polygamous homes.
Yes. Yes.
This one fighting this one, or this one killing this one, or
Yes.
this one arming this one in so many ways. And then your jealousy leads you to doing things that is not you.
Yes.
what's the way? What is the way out? Because first, before we even get to the way out, the first thing is, what pushes you to that point where you see something in your fellow, and in most cases, it's usually it's usually among women.
Yes, I think it seems of entitlement.
Men are jealous, but usually when it comes to their women, and maybe their properties.
I think
But women can get jealous about
everything. About anything. I think a sense of entitlement does it. It's a major contributory factor.
Like why
Why
wouldn't it be me? Why do I not possess the goodness?
Why is this not mine? Why am I not getting the attention?
Why is she loved more than I am?
Yes.
Why does she have this car and I don't have it?
Yes.
Why does she have such smart kids and I don't have it?
Yes.
Why does she have such a caring husband and I don't? Things like that. And then before you know what's going on, the person begins to detach from you.
Yes.
And when you meet in gatherings,
The person doesn't want
to talk to you or mix with you,
Yes.
in
They
a
don't tell us
detached
of your
manner,
progress.
in a detached manner, And these are things that eventually lead to some people falling ill.
Yes.
That's the person who has the jealousy or envy. in
Yes.
her.
It
Because
turns into great
it eats
mental.
it eats into your happiness. It costs you your happiness because you're constantly frustrating yourself over that thing the other person has,
And you become
don't.
unnecessary.
You become ungrateful.
You become ungrateful.
For what you have, you become discontent.
Yes.
You complain more, you're more frustrated. Again, you're not only costing yourself that happiness, you're costing your husband the happiness.
Because in people around
People
you.
around you. The
Yes.
kids will even notice and try to keep away from you. It's a terrible situation to be in.
Yes.
Now, what are the ways out? You were going to say something else?
Yes, I was saying the entitlement is a major contributory factor, but also we also have this sense of, we are humans.
Yeah.
It's just one of our flaws.
It's innate. Jealousy is innate.
Yes.
True. You should be able
It's
to
just one of
control
our
it, though.
flaws. But we should strive to control it. That is just it. And also, some of these things start from when we were little. So we should try to observe it in our kids also.
Why did you give this one this?
Yes.
One? Why did you do this to
Yes.
this person? Why not me?
Why not me?
So
That's
instead
a sense
of
of entitlement.
is born out of not being
content,
Yes.
things you have.
Yes.
So we
Or
need to teach the
sometimes
kids
fear
too.
also leads some people to jealousy.
Fear of what?
Fear of losing so for instance. You understand? Fear of losing maybe your loved one, like a husband being jealous about, the wife talking to other persons, or the wife being jealous about the woman. Yes. Losing your husband totally, losing the person's affection, losing the person's love also leads to jealousy. Sometimes also, not fear, not that, but lack of faith. You don't have faith in that person. You don't have trust in Allah. No, lack of faith also. You don't have faith in the
Faith
process.
in Allah
You
and
don't have
trust in the person.
Exactly, trust in the person. You know, because you feel that thing, once it goes beyond you, it passes you forever. You do not think about the fact that whatever is for you is for you. It is not going anywhere. And what is not meant for you is not meant for you, regardless of how hard you try. So these are the things that, you know, ultimately, you know, cause jealousy. But then how do we curb it? How do we ensure that they are not, it doesn't define a personality to turn us into bitter persons or to turn us into ungrateful persons. We have to be consciously grateful to Allah. We have to be content.
Wet your tongue with gratitude.
You have to be
Constantly
patient.
thank Allah.
Wait for your turn. Know that, oh, this person just okay. If you are in a polygamous home, for instance, and then your husband got something for the other person, for your co-wife, your sister.
But your husband is not supposed to actually do that.
No, sometimes circumstances will
When-
make you do that.
not
Take
make
for
you
instance,
see.
we both have phone. No,
You just
we
make
both
one
have
and
phones.
see what you get for the others. Or worst case scenario, you get for both of them.
That is why marriage is not meant for polygamy.
Yeah.
Is not meant for
Everybody,
You
yes,
cannot afford it. Don't even go into it.
that's true.
Because these things that you do and just say is because I don't have the means to do the other one. It's one of the reasons why there's no peace
Yes.
in a polygamous home. So if you are able to get married and be fair to both, you can get that one thing and then share
Split it
into
into
two.
two.
Yes.
Okay.
But don't get one thing for one person and say because you don't have the means to wait until you have the means, or you can do it and be quiet about it. That's between you and your Lord.
Especially if you're doing it for all the right reasons.
Yes.
So one of the conscious ways also to curb it is we should try not to breed jealousy amongst our kids. For husbands, they should try not to breed jealousy among the wives.
Yes.
For mothers, we should try not to breed it amongst our kids. Even among friends, we get jealous of one another. Oh, you hugged this person. Why have you not hugged me?
But then in most cases, that's a playful
oh,
thing.
you but no. Sometimes it runs deep.
Really?
I have had people, you know, I have these groups, I have these young ones that, you know, that belong in my group, in my circle. And one way or another, I start feeling maybe someone drawing back, and then they tell me because I am bringing some of the other ones closer to me, maybe because we share some things in common.
I've had a friend stop.
And they
being
drew
my friend
back.
for like 2-3 years just because I was close to something.
And the other person. That's beyond case of jealousy.
It took some time.
Maybe it's not jealousy.
It could be
Maybe
what?
that's possessive. Maybe the person loves in a possessive way. Maybe.
Jealousy also leads to possessiveness. You're jealous about someone or something, you get possessive. You want that thing all to yourself.
All the
you don't want it
time.
shared. So all of these things are things we should be conscious about, and then we should always pray against it. Even there are supplications to pray against jealousy, to pray against envy, because these things are in it. We are all humans. We feel these things. We feel that, oh, we're meant to be the owner of this. But you look at the ones you have, look at the ones within you, and then thank Allah for it.
Barakallah.
Yes.
You pray when you see things that
Barakallah fiik. Yeah. In most cases, part of the, or one of the things I think will help with curbing it is, you've mentioned contentedness.
Yeah.
Also, not comparing yourself to
Yes.
people who have more than you do will help you.
Material stuff.
Like we say, don't give yourself high blood pressure over nothing.
Yes.
Not worth it. Absolutely not worth it. So she has a fantastic hairdo on, or she has a fantastic pair of shoes or a handbag. So
You should
what?
learn to overlook.
So what?
Yeah.
It's not even, look, so I love beautiful bags.
those whatever it is.
Even if it's in the moment, forget the fact that they will even get old. Even if it's in the moment, trust me, you can get something else for yourself when you can afford it. You don't even have to.
You can't give yourself headache.
We were raised in such a way that no matter what the other person have, you don't see it.
No, you see it, but you don't let it disturb you.
You have to see it.
I
Saying
really
you don't see it is being unrealistic because you see it.
No, I'm not talking
But how
about.
do you train yourself?
I'm not saying literally. I'm not saying. I'm
Okay,
not saying
yes, I
physically.
get that.
Literally.
Not
I
to
get
let
that.
it worry you.
Yes.
I look at you
Not to let it dictate your relationship with that
with the
With that
other
person.
person. I look at you like I see you every other day. The
That's
only
true.
time I might pull back is if I notice that maybe you're asking for something more or you're being nasty or something, and I think it's giving me bad vibes. I pull back. But other than that, I see something nice on you. Barakah, it looks good. I like you looking. I love this pants. I love those shoes. You're looking real good in this.
Yes,
And
it
I
doesn't
have
mean
moved
I
on.
automatically want to. It
Because
doesn't mean I
also
automatically-
because
yeah.
10 minutes after that time, I've seen another person who was wanting something else
Yes.
better than that, and I'll greet the person and I'll moved on. So
we
there's
know.
absolutely no time to dwell on what this person is wearing and whether I should have the same. Like,
So we
no,
know
guys.
that jealousy, we have no way around it. We would be jealous, as in our mind might want to feel jealous towards somebody, or some people will feel envious, or they can get jealous of something about us. But what is most important is that we pray about it and we pray against it.
Find a way to control it as well.
True, to be content, to be patient also is very important. To learn to overlook is it's also very, very
Exactly.
important.
Overlook each other's errors.
Yes.
Give people excuses.
Very, very, very.
Give people
and
excuses.
also, if it has to do with fear, if our jealousy stems from fear, we should address the fears. Sometimes, like I said, especially between spouses, you're afraid that maybe upon him getting another wife, he would stop loving you. His affection for you would dwindle. So you should address it with your spouse, address it with your husband. If our jealousy stems from lack of knowledge, about something, you don't know you don't know how this person got to have that thing, but then you're jealous of that person. You're jealous of all the good things the person is having. You pray about it. If it is someone you can ask for, like you need that thing, you actually genuinely need it, instead of you trying to. So just ask for that thing. Ask the person, especially if you have good ties with the person. So, and if our jealousy also stems from something else. What was the first thing I said? Jealousy stems from? So
Fear.
From lack of contentment. All of these things. Just be grateful. Sometimes ingratitude also leads us to some of these things. So be grateful. Like all these things takes consciousness. It takes intentionality. And by Allah, it would make it easy for us. It is not easy. We are all humans. But it is important also that we pray fervently against it. Especially against envy.
Any last words, Mariam? So on this note, we're good. Like Mariam said, on this note, we'll bring it a wrap and bring it to a close and say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Thank you for watching today's episode. We talked about jealousy and envy today. If you have comments, if you have commendations or suggestions as to topics you want us to discuss, please share with us and let us know what you think. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.